Eric here, Black Flag Armory, and right now I'm going to give you all the information you need to know about NFA Gun Trust so you can buy suppressors, short-barreled rifles, and all that fun stuff in the best way possible. All right, first things first. What exactly is a gun trust? A gun trust is a legal document that's set up by a lawyer or a group of lawyers that is essentially designed as an individual that holds ownership over your firearms or NFA items such as suppressors and SBRs. So now that we know what a gun trust is, you're probably asking, why a gun trust? The benefit of things like a gun trust is that once you set it up, you can be listed as a responsible person as well as other people can be responsible persons, and that allows those things to be shared amongst people in that trust. If you've got a trust with 3 or 4 or 5 different people, friends, family members, spouses, whatever it may be, anyone who's listed on that trust as a responsible person can legally be in possession of those items. If you were to own those items listed just for yourself as an individual, as suppressors or SBRs, whatever it is, the only way other people can ever use those is if you are physically present with them. That makes it a lot easier if you've got a big family and you've got lots of people who want to go out and everyone's got different schedules, everyone's going to the range at different times. This way, everyone can have a little bit of ownership of that item since it's all under the trust. Everybody gets to go out and have fun on their own time. It all comes back to the same place. Everyone's being smart, everyone's following the law, and everyone's getting to have a great time with those things. Another big benefit of the gun trust is being able to more easily pass on those NFA items such as suppressors or short-barreled rifles when you pass away. If you own these things as an individual and you pass away, those things will need to be listed specifically in a will as to who they go to, and the person that receives those is going to have to do what's called a Form 5, which is an application to transfer those items into their name under their possession. Now, thankfully, it is a tax-free application, but it can take anywhere from 30 to 60 days, and it's kind of a headache. There's a lot of work to do for something like that. However, with a gun trust, if that person is listed as a responsible person like we discussed just a second ago, or as a beneficiary, meaning that they can take possession of these items when the co-trustees are no longer around, but they're not listed as a co-trustee or a responsible person, all they've got to do once that time comes is take that trust to a lawyer. They can have an amendment made and notarized, and now that person is a legal responsible person. They can take all those items out. It's very, very simple and a whole lot less headache that way. Now you may be asking yourself, does the ATF have to approve my gun trust? And if you're asking if you have to build a trust, send it to the ATF to get approved, and then you can apply for your suppressors, the answer is no. You'll also want to make sure that the gun trust that you set up is one that's done by the people who know what they're doing, a lawyer or a group who specializes in these kinds of things, just to make sure it checks all the boxes. That way there's no weird gray areas you got to worry about. We definitely recommend and work with the people at nationalguntrust.com. It's all online. It's super quick and easy. We've got a link in the description below if you want to check that out and get some more information on there. Highly recommend those guys. Super great on the phone if you have any questions as well. Right now, I'm sure you're wondering, how many people can be on an NFA gun trust? Short answer is, however many you want. Now, typically speaking, if you've got lots of people, there's going to be a lot of paperwork. Anybody listed on your trust will have to have a page signed and notarized to make sure that it's a legal document, make sure that it's set up properly. They're also going to have paperwork to submit anytime you're purchasing a suppressor, whether that is digital or paper. So keep that in mind as you're building this trust out. Not many people are doing trust with more than a handful of people. Like we mentioned earlier, it's usually family members, siblings, spouses, friends, things like that. So you can't have a whole lot of people on there. You could have just yourself and a couple of beneficiaries. Totally up to you. Lots of great options to make sure that what you're doing with your gun trust works best for your situation and the people you want to share this with in the future. Now, because your NFA gun trust is a legal document, you do get to name it. What's the best thing to name your gun trust? Well, that's up to you. A lot of people will just do a first name and a last name trust. Some people just do last name trust. Some people will do last name family trust. Those are all totally fine. If you want to be serious and call it the super duper mega suppressor gun trust, go for it. Sky's the limit on that. You can have fun. You can be serious. Keep in mind it is a legal document. You're going to have it around for a long time. So make sure the name you pick is a name that you're going to like because you're stuck with it for a while. Now, after everything we've discussed, you might be asking yourself, a gun trust worth it? It's totally up to you. In my opinion, totally worth it. It's a little bit of paperwork and an extra small expense up at the front. However, the freedom and flexibility that it gives you in the future for willingly using other people, for letting other people that you know and trust and care about use them, being able to kind of remove yourself from ownership on these kinds of things and being more responsible, makes perfect sense to me. Gives you a lot of options. You get to have some fun with the name if you'd like, and it just makes things a whole lot easier for people in the future, give you an extra safety net on these kinds of things. So if you're asking me, I'd say it's worth it. It's not expensive. It's not hard to do. It takes just a few minutes, and the extra benefits far outweigh those costs. All right, if you found this video helpful, informational, answered some of those mystifying questions, we'd love your support. We're a non-monetized channel. We do have a link for the guys down at National Gun Trust in the comments below. They can set you up. It's super quick and easy. It takes about 5 or 10 minutes. Our goal here is to make this easy for you. There's a lot of mystery and a lot of just uncertainty about the NFA process and suppressors and short-barreled rifles, gun trust, all that kind of stuff. And it's not that difficult. Hopefully we helped you out, got you some good answers. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments below. We'll be happy to help you out there, get those answers best as we can, try to make it as easy as we can, get you informed, help you make those good decisions, and have a better time shooting.